All righty. This is, I need to adjust this camera. We have a very special treat for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk about my trip to Cebu. And if you don't think that I'm going to cut any corners, you're right. Because my trip to Cebu was, you know what it reminded me of? Let me tell you what it reminded me of. It reminded me of that movie Escape from New York. Okay, welcome to the machine, Blue Rose. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a good one. I don't really, I don't know where to begin. I don't know the fact that we were chauffeured around in a 12-person limousine van for a good portion of the time. The fact that no matter where we went and asked people questions in my language, English, and Daisy's language, Visaya, we got the runaround. The waiting line at the Bureau of Immigration. Good point was one of my favorite parts. This is my actual favorite part of entering the city of Cebu. The limousine that we eventually ended up being toured around in. I was buying equipment, but that was not there at the port, and it wasn't available because I didn't want it to be available. I wanted to do some stuff before I met with the customs agent, brokers, and things like that. So I told them we were gonna tool around for a day or so, and we'd hook up on Friday. No, today's Friday, Thursday, whatever yesterday was. That it's been an amazing 3 days. So Thursday, because Wednesday was a holiday, right? Okay, so we get to the. This is no joke now. And the thing that really pissed me off is that in order for the driver to turn around, it would have took like another 20 minutes. So we get out of the port. I grab a cab first, then grab a cab. We're going to go to the Metro Park Hotel, which is close to the J Mall. And the reason is because the Department of Immigration is there, and I'm going for my 6-month visa extension, which eliminates going back and forth, and they no longer do 6-month visa extensions in Bohol. And when you go to the desk and say, "Sir, I'd like to have a 6-month visa extension," you know what the answer is? Straight up and down, a cold, no look in the eye answer: go to Manila. That's the answer. Not, "Sir, we don't do those anymore." Not, "Sir, we cannot do a 6-month visa extension here." Just while he's looking at his other papers, "Go to Manila," and then he'll point like this while he's looking at the paper: "Go to Manila." So I says, "Okay, I'd like to get the non-express visa extension. Go to Manila." So what I did was I said, "You know what? We have to meet with the customs broker in Cebu on this week. We'll just go and get my 6-month visa." So you don't have to go to Manila. You can go to Cebu. But the answer was go to Manila. In other words, the most inconvenient and the most expensive option that a Filipino person can give you is the typical. When you're in the Philippines, their idea is to make you spend as much money as possible, as fast as possible, with no regards to what you need, what your needs are. Now, when the answer was go to Manila for the 6-month visa extension, that is an answer, but not the only answer. There's another option if you're in Bohol to just go on a 2-hour boat ride to Cebu. So typically when you're in the Philippines and you get an answer, it is the longest distance that you could possibly travel to get something done, the most expensive as far as traveling, and the most ignorant when it comes to cost efficiency for you. But for the Philippines, average government worker, city worker, store employee, the typical answer is the most expensive way to send you someplace to get something is to tell you to go to bumfuck nowhere in the Philippines and look for that part. Now, I'm going to give you two for instances, and then we're going back to the port of Cebu. You know, I had a problem with my foot. When I came back, my foot was 100% healed. And I came back and I started drinking this garbage that they have in these 5-gallon water bottles. And one small section of open wound reappeared. Now, the thing that mostly changed when I went to New York is I was drinking distilled water. So I went and bought 6, 7-liter bottles of distilled water and started drinking that. Now, after 10 days, my foot is healed up again. So it is the water here and something they're putting in the water that's causing my small, insignificant wounds not to heal. This is one example. So when I went to BQ Mall, I said, I want the biggest Daco distilled water. And the little prick that brought me to the distilled water section brought me around the last aisle to the left side, and they have distilled water absolute 6 + 1, 6 liters plus 1 for 80 pesos. There was 79 pesos. Let's just say it was 80 pesos. So 6 times 13 is 80, 81. It's 78. So it's 13 pesos per liter for the absolute. I said, I said to this little prick, is this the biggest one you have? Because they used to have bigger bottles of distilled water. No more, wala the coat, right? No more. No, sir, no more. So I grabbed 6 of those bottles. And without my glasses, I walked around towards the cheese section and walked past a display of 10-liter bottles of distilled water. But I didn't know it was distilled water. The absolute, most of the distilled water is in a green bottle. This is in a blue and white bottle. And without my glasses, I didn't see the word distilled. So I went back the next day to purchase some other stuff that I needed in Bohol. And I walked past it with my glasses on because I was looking for some cheese. And lo and behold, right next to the absolute, but like two more small counters down, are the 10-liter bottles of distilled water. I'll show it to you. So let me tell you something. When you're in the Philippines and you ask one of these pricks for information, they're going to give you the most expensive option. They're going to give you the farthest distance to travel. They're going to give you the most unprofitable for you and profitable methodology for the Philippines to take your money from you. So when the little prick sold me 6 + 1 bottles of distilled water, instead of 10, I paid 13 pesos per liter instead of 9 pesos per liter. Okay, so here is now these were right next to each other, and this is the water boy. This is the water boy in Bohol. This is what the little prick does. One lonely farmer. Okay, welcome. I'm going to say hello to you in a minute. So this is the 10-liter bottle for 80 pesos, 79 pesos. For 80 pesos, this is 10 liters, and this is 6 liters for 80 pesos. So how do you figure? This one is 13 pesos, and this one is 8 pesos. Excuse me. Yeah, 8 pesos per liter. So it's 5 pesos more per liter when the prick knew that this was the big one. The display didn't change. It's there every day. That's nothing. So when I was at the immigration office, welcome. One Lonely Farmer is here. Ladies and gentlemen, One Lonely Farmer. He is, I met One Lonely Farmer. We had a great time, Wes and I. He came to New York and he got some equipment from my house in Queens. And we loaded up a truck together for about 20 minutes. We loaded a truck, and then we tied it down without saying much of anything to each other. We both knew where to put the ropes, how to bind it, how to lock them up. It was an amazing experience to meet One Lonely Farmer. He has a channel. He's a farmer, about 150,000 subscribers. And if you want to watch another guy like me, but that does farm work, that can do anything. He can do welding, he can do cutting, burning, acetylene, he can do he runs tractors, he runs heavy equipment, he could do anything. Wes is the kind of man that if he sets his mind to do something, he just goes and does it, learns how to do it. If he doesn't know how to do it, he reads a book and then retains every piece of information about the learning process forever. Okay, there's a few people like that in the world. Wes of One Lonely Farmer is one of those people. I had the pleasure to meet Wes, his son Joseph, his son Tim, and his wife Teresa, and their son and his other youngest son William. And we spent a day and a half together. We drove through New York City together. We had some laughs. Wes showed me around his farm. The man has an unlimited amount of stuff to do for the next 3,000 years. So I feel honored that Wes stopped by my channel. Thank you. And if you want to see another guy that just will just attack anything, he'll attack a flat tire at 11 o'clock at night in 18 inches of mud and figure out how to get it off the rim and, and fix it or get it to work. An amazing man, Wes. Thank you for stopping by. If you want to watch another man do man's work and none of this girly man bullshit that you see on YouTube, and doesn't hold back anything, doesn't hold back in person, doesn't hold back his true emotional feelings on YouTube, he does. I'm sorry I can't associate myself with him more than I do because YouTube is decimating my view count. One of my videos I put up last week got 28 views. So even to mention One Lonely Farmer in a video title would probably crush his view counts. So thanks for stopping by, Wes. Wes can fix anything too. He'll grab 150-pound shaft out of a baling machine with just two hands and manhandle it over to the vise, stick it in the vise, and then start working on it with no help. He's a man. Somehow he gets the job done. I think it was a holiday, maybe Mother's Day or something. Everybody was out dicking around on their Mother's Day dinners and shit like that. And Wes was manhandling this huge shaft all by himself. Doesn't say a word. He just takes it out, does what he's got to do, fixes the thing, showed you how it works. He shows you how the equipment works. He shows you why the equipment should be modified or why it's good the way in the position it is. So Wes is an excellent man if you want to see what men do for a living. Welcome, Dennis Adam. Welcome. I left you a note on one of the commentaries that you made. Okay, so we're going back to these shit healers in Cebu and in Bohol and in the Philippines. These shit healers that give you the longest possible, most expensive possible road to go down to get a product. So that was the Absolute water. So instead of paying 8 pesos per liter, I paid 13 pesos per liter, and they were only 2 meters apart on the far side of the aisle. But the prick intentionally walked me all around the last aisle in the opposite direction so I wouldn't see the 10-liter bottles. When I asked him for Deco, he brought me to the 6-liter bottles of Absolute, and the prick could have just moved me over one more aisle to the 10-liter bottles. So 6 liters was 80 pesos, and 10 liters were 80 pesos. The math comes out to 5 peso difference per liter for no fucking reason whatsoever other than they're jamming it in the ass of a foreigner with a smile on their face. Because those are big bottles, 6 liters. They're bigger than 8-ounce bottles. They're bigger than 1-liter bottles. Those are big, but they're not the biggest motherfucking bottles in the store. And I asked for Deco. And I says, there's nothing Deco bigger, nothing. Voila, sir, voila. So the motherfucker not only looked me straight in the eye and lied, but he knew they were on the next aisle over. Because the next day I grabbed the little prick, brought him over to the counter, and I said, yesterday, you remember I bought this water? Yes, sir. Didn't I ask you for Deco distilled water? Yes, sir. And I said, what's this over here? This is the same price, but 10 liters. Yes, sir. Why didn't you show this to me? Sir, very Bugatti, heavy. They're very heavy. You little motherfucker, you're worried about it being heavy? I'm asking you for the biggest ones. And he just smiled and said, yes, sir. Like that. That's how they fucking do it. So I'm in the watch repair in the BQ Mall, and we are getting to our Cebu trip. I'm in the watch repair in the Cebu Mall. I give him, hello, Scott. Welcome to the machine. So I'm in the watch repair. I go to the watch repair. This is the fucking answers you get when you're in the Philippines. They expect that you are as fucking stupid as the answers they give you. And they expect you to eat shit and enjoy every fucking mouthful of it. This is what these motherfuckers do to you. So now I'm in the watch repair. I got a Pulsar watch. Has a value of a couple $100. Okay. But it has no batteries. So I'm in the watch repair in the BQ Malls. Guys, I watched this guy pull a watch apart and put it back together, all the little pieces. An amazing skill. So I waited about an hour, come back when he was done, hand him the battery, and he goes, sir, we don't have this battery. So I said, well, can you tell me where to get it? He goes, in Cebu. But what the fuck is that supposed to mean to me, in Cebu? So I said, can you tell me where in Cebu? No, sir, but they have this battery in Cebu. Go to Cebu. This is what these fucking people tell you. Go to Cebu. They don't tell you the name of the store or the name of the street or the name of the area to go to. Just go to Cebu and look for that fucking watch battery. Has anybody here been to Cebu? Cebu is a big, filthy, smelly, dirty fucking city. Dangerous beyond anybody's comprehension for a multitude of reasons. And yet these motherfuckers have no problem sending you, and of course Daisy May, to Cebu to look for a battery that has a value of about 100 pesos. So round trip to Cebu, 2,000 pesos. If you don't find it the first day, you're going to spend another 1,500 pesos for a hotel. So you got 3,500 pesos, another 1,000 for food. You got 5,000 pesos to go look for a fucking watch battery when the motherfucker watch technician could just look in a book or get online and find the battery online, like I did. But no, the answer is go to fucking Cebu. That doesn't even begin to fucking tell you what I did this weekend. So now I'm in the immigration office. I said, sorry, I'd like to have the express lane, please. Go to Cebu. I mean, non-express lane for my visa extension a few weeks ago. Go to Cebu. While he's working at, I said, excuse me. I mean, he goes, go to Manila. I said, excuse me. He goes, go to Manila. They have that there. And he doesn't look at me, though. He's looking down at the paper. So, all right. So he's not showing any respect. He's busy doing papers. Who knows what and why. Okay. So that was his answer. Go to Manila. So that fucking scenario, to go to Manila for non-express visa, you save 1,000 pesos. But you have to come back 3 days later. So here's how the express works like this. You pay 3,100 pesos and they process your fucking visa right there on the counter within 10 or 15 minutes, maybe half hour. That's the express. But when I asked him for non-express, he said, go to Manila. Go to Manila. I said, excuse me. He said, go to Manila. He just pointed like over his shoulder, go to Manila. Like I need that shit. So I said to him, I don't want to go to Manila. Can I go someplace else? Go to Manila. That's the answer. That was his answer. That was his final answer. Okay, so I'm not going to Manila. But here's what it would cost you to go to Manila. Me and Daisy, 10,000 pesos each round trip ticket, 20,000 pesos. You have to wait 3 days for the non-express visa. So 3 days in a hotel, add to the 20,000, add another 6,000 pesos for a hotel. 26,000. Add another 3,000 pesos for traveling and food. It's going to cost me 30,000 pesos, or $600 fucking dollars to save 1,000 pesos. That is a standard motherfucking answer that you're going to get from anybody in the Philippines. The further they can send you, and the more money that you're going to spend getting there, whether or not that item that you want is there at the end of the day has no fucking regard inside their head at all. There is absolutely no regards to whether or not you're going to get what you want. The serious part of this is, fuck you, you're a foreigner, just go to Manila and spend 30,000 pesos and you will save the 1,000 pesos on the non-express visa. You think I'm fucking kidding you? I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Go in and ask them a question, and for something like a watch battery, and they won't tell you that you can look it up online, and they won't tell you the name of the store to go to in Cebu. They'll simply tell you go to Cebu and look for a battery. Okay, so okay, honey. I don't know who you are. Days 3371. Hello from Alberta. Typically, I only answer my steady friends and people that are members of my Patreon community. I will say hello to you, but typically I don't take time to say hello to anybody unless they are a member of my Patreon account or a Super Chat member. So have a nice day. If you decide to leave, no problem. If you want to listen and learn something about the Philippines, you're welcome to stay and listen. So now what I do is now I want to get, so fuck that going to Manila. There's another option. You go to Cebu. So now I'm going to Cebu for 5 individual reasons. One, I'm looking, hello, Bo. Hello, Dante's in front of you. Fucking, you have no idea what the fuck it's like. The weather there, the filth, the disgusting smells on the street, the fog. You can see the dust coming off the road with every car that goes by. You need a gas. I'm back since last night at 8 o'clock. You need my breath. You need to wear a paper filter mask or a bandana around your mouth, and even that doesn't help. I swear to God, I have these special paper filters for spraying paint, Bo. This place is so fucking dirty, it's unbelievable. But besides the filth, all the big buildings, the sewage just goes out through a pipe and vents up straight up through the street. So everywhere along every sidewalk is all the venting of all the sewage in Cebu before it goes directly into the Bay of Cebu. It's a fucking shithole, the entire city. So let me get back to, we're getting back to why I went to Cebu. Thank you for stopping by. Bono's Entertainment. You want to see somebody that don't like judges and corrupt police officers and corrupt judges? Bono's Entertainment. He exposes them all. He's got 20,000 subscribers. He's not being censored near as much as Michael Fazio, but we are friends, so he'll be catching up soon. YouTube's got him on their shit list for the last 5 years. They put me on their shit list about a year ago, and now nobody is more censored than I am. Fuck them where they breathe. That's what I say. So now let's go back to Cebu. So now I'm going to Cebu to get my 6-month visa extension, which they won't do in Bohol, and the other option was Manila for 30,000 pesos. Fuck that. Now I'm going to Cebu because that scumbag that was my dentist for 3 years, who I gave you the prices that he did crown work, and he did excellent root canal and crown work. What I realized is the motherfucker was letting my teeth rot. When he saw a cavity, he would just not ignore it until it became necessary to do a root canal. I am fucking telling you the truth. This motherfucking cocksucker would find a cavity in my mouth, and I would say, look, that's really soft back there. I hit it. Yes, sir. Not necessary to work on this today. When you come back for your cleaning, we'll take a look at it. Well, meanwhile, when I had a mouthful of Milo and coffee, it would affect. I'd feel it because it was going in through an open hole in my tooth down to the nerve. So I said, you know what the fuck, Ray? I said, you know, I can feel it now, sir. It's just being a little sensitive. The motherfucker was letting my teeth rot, so he needed to do a root canal when I would come back 6 months later. So so two reasons I went to Cebu was I found a dentist there, and I'm going to tell you what the dentist prices were. The motherfucker and I'm talking motherfucker, Ray. If you ever watch one of these videos, you're a motherfucker, okay? Ray's price for root canal was 36,000 pesos, or $660, okay? And then you look at the fucking bill at the end, and there'd be 3 extra charges, 700 fucking pesos per x-ray. I said, what the fuck is this? He goes, that's for the x-rays that aren't part of the root canal. I says, you're already fucking charging me 36,000 fucking pesos. Why isn't it included? Sir, these are, and why do I get a hospital x-ray of my foot, 12 by 12, 2 of them, for $3.50? Why the fuck am I paying $14 for 1 x-ray of my tooth that's this big? Why am I paying 5 times the price for 100 times smaller of an x-ray? And he tries to handle me this shit that it's a higher quality x-ray. Well, fuck you, Ray. You're a lying scumbag too. Okay. I talked to the hospital technician. He says x-rays cost per square inch on the x-ray. There's no such thing as a high or low resolution x-ray. Anyway, so this motherfucker, Ray, charges, so he charges 12. He went from 600 when I met him 5 years ago to 1,000 to 1,200 pesos for a cleaning. He uses that electrical impulse gun thing, that the vibrator that scratches the shit out of your teeth. And he went from, the cost of a cavity went from like 800 pesos 5 years ago to now it's 1,800 pesos. So it went up, it doubled in the last couple of years. So now I said to this, fuck this guy. When we were in Cebu last night, I found a dentist that fixes cavities for 400 pesos and does a cleaning the old-fashioned way, scraping your teeth with the tools, for 500 pesos. And the cavities, one is from January, had no problem with it. So, yeah, he did a temporary in January. He said, let's see, it's a little infected. You come back. If it doesn't get any worse, we'll do it. He did it yesterday. 45 minutes, I was in the chair, in and out of his office, 900 pesos. For 500 for the cleaning, and 400 to remove the temporary filling and put a new one in. These people here in fucking Bohol, they have this new mentality because of the airport. Fuck the foreigner. These people are so fucking rich. They don't even need their money. Doesn't matter how much money they have too much. So I went to Cebu to get my dental work done for 900 pesos instead of 12 and 18, which was 3,000 pesos for a cleaning and the cavity. Thank you. So I saved 2,100 pesos. Plus the guy did a good job. Bohol has become the fuck you foreigner capital of the world. Okay, so why else am I in Cebu? Well, the 6-month extension and the ACR card. Okay, my ACR card expired while I was in America, and before I left for America, they wouldn't renew it because it was 3 months away from expiring. Okay. So what did I pay? What does a 6-month visa extension cost? Well, that depends. I gotta tell you, it depends on a lot of things. Depends on what time of the day you get there. It depends on whether or not you got a guy working with you to get it done in one day. helping you out, with the paperwork. But the average 6-month visa extension on paper should be about 12,000 pesos. Now, if you went back and forth to the office, well, now there's no longer an express and non-express lane. So when I paid for the express visa application a month ago, after I asked him about the non-express, he took my money, he took my passport, put it in the back, and he said, it was a Friday afternoon, he goes, come back Monday. Well, I paid for the express lane, come back Monday. And he walked away and went out and had lunch. That was his answer. Can you get upset? No, because if you get upset in the immigration office, they'll get pissed off at you and you'll get in trouble. So you can't get upset. You have to just say thank you. So I had to come back on Monday anyway. So I went back on Monday and got my visa. What would it cost if you came back 3 times, or in this case now that even the express is 2 trips back to the office? Well, it costs your transportation fees, whatever they are. If you have a car, figure 50 cents a mile back and forth twice. So I'm 10 miles away, 12 miles away. So 50 pesos a mile. So figure $1 a mile, 12 there, 12 back, $24. And then on a second day, 12 there, 12 back, another $24. That's $48. And then you have to pay for parking, which is like $2. So it's going to cost you $50 and 2 half days of your time, times 3, or $150 and 3 half days of your time. But if you go to Cebu, you can get it. They charge you about between 11 and 12,000 pesos. But how much physical money would it cost in Bohol? It would cost 3 times 3,100 pesos. It would cost 9,300 pesos. So for the opportunity to get a 6-month extension, you pay your privilege pay to get that 6-month extension. Let's just say it's 14,000 pesos. Your privilege pay is not 9,100, but you're going to go, which is what it should be. So add another 10,100, 11,100, 12,100, 13,100, 14,100. It's 5,000 pesos more for the privilege of not going back to the office on different occasions. Is it worth it? Fuck yeah, it's worth it. Is it something that is worth it to everybody? Fuck no. If you heard some of the people in that office bitching about the price of a 6-month extension, you would say, well, think about it this way. You're paying an extra 5,000 pesos, so the Philippines government only has to process your paperwork once, and they're saving the cost of processing your paperwork 3 times. So actually, you're helping the Philippines government be more efficient, and you're only paying 5,000 pesos for the privilege of their, so to make them more cost efficient. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. None of it makes any sense. It's an extra 5,000 pesos to get a 6-month extension. So did I pay it? Of course I did. I don't want to go back to the office 6 trips back and forth to the office. And then if you are late so much as just 1 day, which I've only been late once in 6 years, but it's a 1,000 peso fine. And the reason I was late, it was Christmas week, and there were so many, like I didn't want to go in the day after New Year's, whatever it was. It was like 1 day late. And I paid an extra 1,000 pesos because I was a day late for the first time in 6 years, and they could have waived that fee. That's not a problem for them to waive the fee, but they didn't. Flying Circus, welcome to the machine. Now, you want a very sick individual who has some great comedy on his channel? Flying Circus is the guy you want to go see. If you like absurd, if you want to see the definition of sickness in video format, Flying Circus is the guy you want to go see. Honey, can I have ice? Move down water, please. So why else was I in Cebu? I went there to get my ACR card.
You want root beer?
Please.
Root beer?
What?
Root beer. Out.
No, thank you. Thank
What
you.
is this?
Root beer. I turned Daisy on to root beer.
You invited us.
You like it? They invited us for what?
Later, I bought that in the beach.
Oh, yeah, what time?
In the afternoon. I don't know what time.
You want to make something to bring for them? Will they have everything?
I have everything.
We're invited to a birthday party, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Cool. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. Good morning in the Philippines, baby. And this is Dizzy May and
Michael Fazio, baby. Daisy, how dirty was that city yesterday?
Very dirty.
Your nose was stuffed, yeah, the whole time?
No, tagan kugmo.
Kugmo. Yeah, Kugmo. Her nose. But okay, so let's. Thank you, honey. I'm going to go ahead, have some more root beer. Yeah,
No,
not too
fine.
much.
I'm fine now.
The sugar makes her go, okay, all right. The sugar sends her over the top. So now, what else was I in Cebu for? I'm in Cebu to buy equipment, heavy equipment, because we're getting ready to start our hotel. Not right away. I have some things that need to be addressed first, but I want to purchase a rebar bender. I'm going to purchase a lift, a commercial lift, if I can get one. I can get them new. That's not a problem. But I had to go to several places to look for them used. I also had to meet a broker to get stuff shipped. If I want to buy here's another way they bend you over. Okay. They don't grease you up here either. They just bend you over. 67,000 pesos for a 1-bag cement mixer gasoline engine at the store. Whatever that comes out to be. 67,000 pesos. I know damn well I can buy one for 48,000 pesos, which is a $400 difference. I can buy one used for 30,000 pesos, but I got to get one with a good motor and a good gear, check the gears, make sure it was all greased and everything all the time. So I went to Cebu to find a broker that knew where all this stuff was, because walking into an equipment yard in Cebu, just because the equipment is in the yard, no one knows how much it is. No one knows if it was sold. No one knows if it's for sale. No one knows if it works. No one will start the equipment up for you unless there's the manager is there. It's a fucking nightmare buying equipment here. Anyway, that's another thing I went to Cebu for. And the last thing I went to Cebu for was I wanted to buy a leather belt, but they don't have a leather belt someplace that makes a good leather belt. We couldn't find one. We went to a couple of malls. So now we're at the port of Cebu. This place, Cebu, is a fucking nightmare. A nightmare, I tell you. Not a disaster. It's a fucking nightmare. So we're at the port of Cebu, and we go. They have white cabs in the Philippines, and they have yellow cabs. Now, I don't know why, but the yellow cabs are twice, sometimes 30 to 40, 50% more for the fee. It's on the meter, but it's 30 to 50% more for the metered run. So we get into a white cab. That doesn't mean their meter works. So before you got to ask him if the meter works, because if he takes off, he's just going to charge you any stupid price he decides to charge you. And we get into the cab, and the meter worked, and the cost of the fee from the port of Cebu to the J Mall. Let's just use the J Mall as a point of destination. It's 185 to 200 pesos with traffic, 165 pesos without traffic. So we get in, and the guy takes off, and he makes a right-hand turn, and I look down at the street like this. I'm looking to the right-hand side of the street, and there is, and I'm not kidding you, on the sidewalk, there is a 3-foot, a 1 meter diameter metal sewer cap missing from the sidewalk. It's gone. There's no barrier. There's no board. There's no box. There's no cardboard box over the hole. There's nothing. It's just a 3-foot hole in the sidewalk. I'm going, what the fuck? And Daisy, you saw that, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw.
She saw it. So she told the cab driver in Versailles, what happens if the guy falls down? How does he get out? How the fuck would you get out of that hole? These are 10-foot drops into sewerage. I mean, would you be awake after you hit your head on the holy shit? I'm talking about a 3-foot hole in a sidewalk in the area where the boat port is, just open. Think about that. Think about that. You know, people say you got to look down when you're walking in the Philippines. You need to be, every step you take, you need to watch where your feet go. Even in the street, there are pieces of the entire street. Sections are missing that are 1 foot wide and 2 feet long, where like an overweighted truck sat on it for too long and crushed it, and it's gone. Okay, but this was a 3-foot hole in a sidewalk. I mean, you could be it did probably not lit up well at night, but let's just say somebody got drunk and they're walking down the sidewalk, they would fall into a 3-foot hole. There might even be somebody in that 3-foot hole. This is fucking Cebu now in 2019 of June, and there's a 3-foot hole in the sidewalk. All right, so we get to the mall, and we go and I went to the immigration. We got that after it was closed. So I needed to buy some other stuff at a hardware store that they don't have in Bohol, but they didn't have the stuff I wanted. They don't have simple stuff in hardware stores like, what did I look for in that store? Do you remember?
Sticker.
What?
Sticker. Note sticker.
Note speakers?
Sticker.
Ah, okay. No, that was the stationery shop. Oh, well, what I definitely wanted a good set of locks for the equipment that I'm buying. Some good hardened steel locks. I have good hardened steel locks, but I wanted a special set of locks that sometimes Ace carries. They didn't have them. The hardware store is huge. So now I want stickers, box labels, address labels that you put on a box, like shipping box labels. They're 3x5, 5x7, 8x10, that kind of stuff. I have a whole shitload of them coming from America in a cargo box that I sent freight, like a freighted cargo box for $55. I have a shitload of them in that box, but they're not here yet. So I wanted more of them. Go into a stationery shop and you ask them for box labels or big address labels that go, and when you showed them that you can peel it off. You can peel off the back and you put it on and you write the address down. Daisy said it in her language. I said it in mine. They brought over 3, 4 people that all knew where it was, and they all walked us to a different fucking aisle, and no, they don't have them. They don't have them. Well, why don't they know they don't have them? They work in a stationery store in the mall. That's all they do all fucking day. Hello, Jack. Welcome to the machine. Okay, so now they don't have address labels. They don't have leather belts that fit me. They have these little cheap ass rubber belts that like comes off a roll. I want a nice solid leather belt with a nice buckle on it. Okay, so they don't have that. We went around, we did some more shopping. Now I go back to the hotel that we always stay at, one of these 2 hotels. One says 800 pesos. So I go in, and Daisy went into the next one down because it was getting late. It was probably about 6 o'clock. And they both have, one advertises 800, one advertises 900. So I went into Daisy's hotel with her, gave her 1,000 pesos. I said, if they have it, get it, because the other place never has a room because they're less money. They advertise for less money. So we got the room. Daisy got the room for 1,000 pesos, but it's advertised at 900. So the girl straight up and down looks you right in the fucking face and lies straight to you. Not 2 days at that time, but to me the next morning. So I go to the first hotel, 800 pesos. How much is the room today? I don't know, sir. The man at the desk on the ground floor. Well, how much is the room? I don't know, sir. Well, who knows? The management. Where's the management? So they have a reception area on the 4th floor of the hotel. So I go up to the 4th floor. I talk to this lady. How much is the room? Sir, what day do you want the room for? Well, I'm here now. Why wouldn't you think I want it for today? Today I want the room. Sir, we have no rooms today. I says, okay, I'll take it for tomorrow and the next day. Sir, we have no rooms for tomorrow or the next day. I said, well, how much is the room if you did have it? But we have no rooms, sir. But how much, if you had a room, how much would it be? It depends, sir. What does it depend on? How many empty rooms we have, sir? I said, well, let's say you had 10 empty rooms and I want one of those 10 empty rooms. How much would it be? I don't know, sir. Why don't you know? It depends on the day, sir. So if it's a weekday, it's less or more. Maybe, sir. It depends on holidays. Can you fucking imagine if I would have made a video of that ignorance? The ignorance, I was just being an asshole, and she was a fucking asshole. Okay? She was a fucking idiot at a computer that was working to sell rooms. They had no rooms. She could have just said, sir, we don't have any rooms available for 4 days. But if we did, the price would be 1,300 pesos. So I said, well, that's the price she gave me, 1,300. I said, well, it says 800. Yes, sir. That's an old price. I said, well, why don't you take it off the billboard in the front? People come in here for the 800 peso price. Yes, sir. So I just walked out. Go to the next hotel. Daisy had the room with a view. We got a room on the road, which I really enjoyed. Fucking noisy, but you get to watch these people race down the highway at night at 100 miles an hour on motorcycles. Like, holy shit, they have no laws here for speed limits on the road at night. I mean, 3 o'clock in the morning, there were 2 or 3 motorcycles racing. I can only estimate 100 miles an hour through traffic. Okay, so third world circle talk. Yeah, that's what it fucking boiled down to, Blue Rose. This fucking woman who was trying to sell me a room was a fucking, who was there to sell rooms was a fucking idiot. There's no, you can't ask somebody 12 questions and come up with the final scenario that if we had a room in 3 or 4 days, it would be 1,300 pesos when it started out as 800. It's a circle fucking jerk. That's all it is. So I go back to the hotel. Daisy had the room. She went up to take a shower because we had been around several places. Oh, so when we walked from the J Mall to the Metro Park Hotel. That's where we ended up staying. We stayed there a few times. And the reason is because my dentist is right next door. When we walked back from the J Mall, it was like walking through a septic tank system in a commercial DE, Department of Environmental Protection, septic tank facility. It was it's the smell of urine and fecal matter from thousands of cultures all over the fucking world, or hundreds of cultures from thousands of places all over the world. It is like walking into a septic tank and just breathing in deep, and every 100 feet or so that the smell changes because more is added, or there might be more fresh air is added. What a fucking mess this place is, Cebu. So we walk by you. So basically, let me explain to you how this works. Okay, when you go, I have my septic tank license, so I understand about bacteria counts and fecal tissue and all that. When you're breathing in the smell of a septic tank, it's the same as standing in a septic tank and taking a spoonful of that shit. There's no difference between breathing it in and taking a spoonful of septic water out of a septic tank. Those are little minute particles of shit and piss floating around in the air, and that's what you smell. It's not like you're smelling an odor. The odor is the particles of shit and piss in the air that you're breathing in. So theoretically, if you're breathing in all those people from all over the world's piss and shit, theoretically, it would be more healthful, to your advantage health-wise, if you had a choice to walk down the streets of Cebu and smell ta'i and ihi from 1,000 cultures. It would be more healthy for you to just walk up randomly to anybody, bend them over and lick their buttocks after they farted. And I'm talking wet, sloppy farts, because you're only getting the bacteria from one person. That's how dirty Cebu is. That's how dirty it is. That's how fucking dirty Cebu is. And all other big cities in the Philippines, too. There's no septic. You see this occasionally in New York City, but they have better venting systems. They have vents that go up into the air 2 or 3 stories hanging on the side of a building, or they have commercial vents that are off to the side in fields. Then there's still places in Forest Park and Forest Hills where the big buildings are that you can smell it by Queens Center, but nothing like Cebu. I'm talking every street, every sidewalk, whatever. Then you're walking on the sidewalk and there's a 30-inch diameter telephone pole right in the middle of the sidewalk. There is no sidewalk. You have to walk into the street. That gets better, though. So on the way back from the mall, that's what we smelled. We ended up we got a room. We took a shower. We relaxed. We had some foods that we had bought from Bahal, and we took a nap, and then we went back to the mall shopping. So in the morning, I'm going to be the genius first day there in Cebu. I'm going to be the genius that gets up at 5:30 in the morning, has breakfast. And hello, Richard Einstein. I saw that comment that you made. Hold on, I'll get to you in a minute. In the morning, I get up at 5:30. I take a shower. I have some boiled eggs. We bought boiled eggs and we bought fried chicken from Bahal. And I had bought the night at the mall. We bought some 3-in-1 coffee mix because that's my treat. We usually buy it one package when we go there. Other than that, we mix our own. And so I walk. Now, you can't go into the mall. The police are at the front entrance of the mall. Not the police, but the security guards. But I already know where the immigration department is. And I know if I walk around the back of the building with the employees, I can go upstairs and sit right on the floor in front of the immigration office door, and I'll be number one. So I know this because I checked it out. at the night before. How do I get into this building, and how do I become number one by getting here early? But which is the quickest possible way to the door? So the front door is the long way around because it's all the way in the back of the building. But if you walk into the back of the building where in the morning at 6:30 in the morning, I guess it was, with the employees, you just walk in with the employees. So I walked in with all the employees and I sat in front of the immigration office, and they were cleaning inside the office. So the guy says, we don't open. No, not 6:30, maybe 6:50, 10 minutes to 7. I get there. And the guy says, well, we don't open till 8 o'clock. I said, yes, sir. Just I gave him one of their stupid fucking answers back. Yes, sir. You can't come in till 8 o'clock. I said, yes, sir. 8 o'clock. But you can't sit here. Yes, sir. It's the same fucking thing they do to me. You're going to have to leave. Yes, sir. I made like I didn't understand them. So he goes, well, you have to leave now. Yes, sir. And he points me over to the coffee shop. And I don't drink coffee, sir. We'll go sit in the shop. Sir, does the shop have aircon? Yes, it has aircon. I'm sick, sir. I cannot go into the coffee shop. Sir, you have to leave. Yes, sir. But I can't go into the aircon. I will get sick. I have a chest cold. Sir, you have to leave. Yes, sir. I'll leave when I'm done with my passport. I'll leave. No, you have to leave now. Give him a thumbs up. That always works. But it didn't work with him. So he walks down the hall and he gets the security guard. So I know I'm going to have to go outside now because not only am I not going into the coffee shop, but I'm going into the exit door now where there were other people there already. So now it's about 20 minutes after 7. While I'm walking out, a guy grabs me by the arm and said, you want to be number one? I said, yeah. He goes, come with me. So he was one of the men that worked there. He saw I was in a hurry, and he assisted me with my paperwork. And I was leaving at 8 o'clock when everybody else was just getting into the building. It pays. Persistence pays. And you got to smile a lot and say, yes, sir. So when he goes to me, are you in a hurry? I said, yes, sir. Why? Yes, sir. And he started laughing. He goes, is that all you can say? I said, yes, sir. I wish to be number one. Isa, number one. Well, you're going to be number one. It's going to cost you this many pesos. Yes, sir. He goes, you will pay this? Yes, sir. Let's go. We're friends, he tells me. We are friends. I said, yes, sir. What's your name? Tells me his name. Doesn't ask me my name, but we're friends. Yes, sir. 20 minutes later, I was gone. Yes, sir. So now it helps persistence and smiling and giving them that stupid fucking answer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want to be number? Yes, sir. Will you pay this amount of money? Yes, sir. You'll pay that now? Yes, sir. You can wait for 20 minutes? Yes, sir. You have a chest cold? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just look at him right in the eye and say, yes, sir. Fuck him. He gave me what I wanted. I gave him what he wanted. And we're both fucking very happy people today. Yes, sir. So, Richard Einstein, you need to buy a couple of military gas masks. I'm telling you, Richard, you'd need. I have the 3M chemical masks with the extra cartridges for walking through environmental hazards like that. But I'm not spending $10 every time I go to Cebu because it's in a 3M mask. It's a full face shield. Basically you're just breathing in shit and piss and urine and blood and fish guts and animal, remains and rotten rats and shit like that. You're breathing in some of the most horrendous things in the world. Any one of them on any given day could kill you if you from an infectious point of view. The Cebu is so fucking dirty. I just can't. So now now I go. I'm there at 10 minutes to 7, and I'm gone. At fucking 8 o'clock, I was walking out the door. I was walking out the door before that, but I had some paperwork to do. I had to make a list. I had to revamp my entire day's list because it's now 8 o'clock and I'm done. So I'm making the list, and when I walked outside, they said, "Are you done?" "Yes, sir." "How did you do that?" "Have a nice day." And I kept walking because they were all foreigners. They don't understand. they don't understand. It's called Greece, motherfucker. It's called fucking Greece. Anyway, I have to redo my paper. So now my day is clear. So now I go back to the hotel, and I brought Daisy some snacks. She likes these little chocolate things, so I bought her some stuff at one of the little stores on the way home. We have our breakfast. We had some more boiled eggs and some more fried chicken because we had some chicken left over from the day before. And now I go to the dentist, and the dentist, Roberto, what a great man. I'm telling you, this guy fixed the cavity temporarily in January when we went to Cebu for 400 pesos. He cleaned it and put a temporary cavity in for 400 pesos and charged me 500 to clean my teeth. 900 pesos. So Roberto wasn't there, but his son Paul. The two of the nicest people you ever want to meet. Paul says, "Mike, I still have your card. I'm going to come and visit you in Bohol." I says, "Okay, let me know. I'll get your hotel cheap." He goes, "Okay, maybe in a few weeks." I says, "Okay." He goes, I said, "Did you expect to see me back here?" Because he said, "Come back, and when you come back from New York." He said, "Yeah, I expected you to see you back here. You look like you're a man of your word." I said, "Thanks for that." I told him that the temporary filling worked perfectly, and his dad said he would give a permanent filling. He goes, "I can do that for you." I was at 5 minutes after 9, I walked into his office, and at 10 minutes to 10, I was done. Gave him 900 pesos, and I had to redo my schedule again. So now we went to another mall looking for a clothier shop that does leatherworks, but we didn't find that. Now I have to meet with a corporate tools agent, like a customs agent, somebody that can find me the equipment and sell me the equipment and get the equipment sent to Bohol. So they don't want to deal with Americans. They just don't want to deal with Americans. They don't really want to deal with amateurs shipping shit from one port to another. Basically, and I am an amateur when it comes to that. I don't know their procedures. In New York City, I know where the docks are. I know some of the customs agents to bring in equipment, to send equipment out. Here, I know nobody. I don't know the language. I'm buying big stuff, 80,000 peso pieces of equipment. They have to have, you have to have a contract made a certain way. The contract has to have the serial numbers of the item, the day that the item was built. And you really need a customs broker and his signature on the item to purchase, to get it put on a ship, to have it shipped to you. So I'm doing this shit. So the first guy I met was pretty cool, and I don't know why he met me. I said to him, I told him what I had to give him a list of shit I wanted a week and a half ago. He said he was going to look for it. He goes, "We'll meet when you come to Cebu." And when I met him, he didn't have any of the things on the list. I says, "Well, I gave you a list." He goes, "Yes, sir, but we didn't meet. First, we have to meet." I said, "You just made me travel for 45 minutes. "Yes, sir." "Yes, sir." Fuck you. You're a foreigner." "Yes, sir." I said, "But you don't have any. Where are the items?" "I haven't found them yet, sir. But if you come back next week." I said, "Fuck you. Fuck you." "Excuse me?" "Fuck you. Did you not understand fuck you?" fuck you. I told you what I wanted. I told you I was coming. I'm here. You told me to come and see you. You don't have the items and you want me to come back next week? Fuck you. Is that clear for you? Fuck you. Okay, you made me travel. What if I traveled only to Cebu, only to see you, and you don't have the shit, only so you could see my face, so that you could see I'm serious, so I could come back next week if you can find them? Fuck you. Because originally, I had not the other customs broker in mind. I was originally coming to meet this one guy. So I would have came to meet this one guy for this equipment that he said he was locating. Then I went to his fucking place, which was 45 minutes in traffic. Cost me 230 fucking pesos there, 250 pesos back. And he didn't have anything. And he didn't think that a fuck you was required in this whole conversation. Well, fuck you too. Okay. So, yeah, Richard. So getting back to Richard Einstein. Richard left a comment on a guy's channel saying Michael Fazio is a good guy. I saw that comment. And the guy laughed and said, yeah, when hell freezes over. That was funny as all get out. And then he blocked you, by the way. Should you be upset about that? I wouldn't. That guy's on a warpath. He's getting everybody in the Philippines evicted, boy. He's going after everybody. Now he's after that guy, Big Head Larry, and he's going to go to the police on Larry. Holy shit! I was listening to one of his rants this morning. Going to the police, they're filing charges. I don't, if what he said is true about Larry, I would say that Larry may have crossed the line, but you got to know Larry to you got to understand his mentality. He just doesn't, he's one of these guys that doesn't give a shit. So for me to watch that video, would I go through the trouble of going to the police and filing a report? I wouldn't even go through the trouble of mentioning it to Larry, which I didn't see the video, so I don't know if any of what he was saying is true. But if what he was saying is true, I would just watch the video and say, the guy's fucking nuts. More nuts than most. But I would not go through the trouble of filing a police report. He's after everybody. He's fucking after everybody. He's after Big Head, he calls him Big Head Larry. He's after that other guy, Bama. He's after everybody. He's filing charges against. I don't know that he has any time for himself. I don't know that he has any. So anyway, he's just he's fucking. But when you listen to it, we're filing charges against this, and we're going out, and we're not. Then forget about that guy or that guy over there. That guy. Holy shit! You came to the Philippines to spend the rest of your life filing charges against people that you don't know. What an interesting fucking life you have. Anyway, my life was more interesting being in Cebu yesterday. So now it's time for the limousine to come pick us up. I thought guy was going to be driving us around in a fucking Dodge Dart. I'm telling you, this other broker that I had appointment with, I got to tell you, he was from the first fucking email, he was a professional. Okay. Told him what I wanted. Told me he could do this for me. Told me, yeah, Princess, we see your comments. Daisy is outside. Daisy is outside. We really, we appreciate your comments and you stopping by, but we just, you got to follow these people, Princess. I can't explain to you who everybody is. Maybe if you talk to Daisy, she'll explain some of that stuff to you. I just don't. I'm trying to keep on topic here, Princess and Nude. He's a guy that on YouTube that makes videos. So And I don't really like mentioning people's channel names because then they get upset sometimes. So you'd have to do some research on that. So I send a guy an email. I call him up on the phone, and his accent is whoa way. I said, "Look, dude, I can't understand your accent." He goes, "You're the one with the accent." So we both started laughing. I said, "Okay, maybe I could work with this guy." So I told him what I wanted. I gave him a list of stuff. He goes, "All right, you come when you want to come to Cebu." I said, "You know what? Let's just deal with emails. I can't understand you on the phone. Fine, send me an email." So he asked me for some certain information. In order to get certain stuff done, I need to give him my passport, and a copy of my ACR card and things like that. They're really cracking down on importing and exporting and purchasing. Who's purchasing stuff in the Philippines and for what reason? So yeah, John, escape. I wouldn't worry about. I understood what you meant, John. It's okay. I don't take any offense to it, John Escape. So we go back. We go. I send him an email. He sends me back a response. That's nice. A few minutes later, I send him an email the next morning. He sends me back a response. What he can do. I said, send me a contract for what you can do and the costs. Include your license number and your brokerage number and all that stuff. Sends me back the information. The next day, asks me for a current copy of my passport. The original copy I sent them, there was a couple of numbers from the glare on the passport was illegible. I send them a new, I sent them a copy. Sends me back, thank you, received your passport. Confirm this. He says, you need to confirm this next week. So now he says, so you're going to pick me up at 3:00 at the Metro Park? Yes, sir. When somebody tells me they're going to pick me up at 3:00, I'm standing there waiting. So we got there at 2:30 in the afternoon. Prior to that, we were at a bank doing some banking. So I'm going to purchase equipment. So I need money, right? So I'm at the bank and I take care of the business at the bank. And we actually took a nap in the bank because we had an hour to kill. And they were very, very nice about it. I said, look, we're waiting for somebody to come pick us up. I'm going to take a little nap here. She goes, okay. So we did. We took a nap in the bank, just leaning up against each other. So we get to the hotel. It's 3:00. It's like 5 minutes to 3. Calls up. He says he's on his way, which was good because he wasn't there at 3:00. So at 5 after 3, I said, hey, where are you? I've been here since 2:30. I can see you. You can see me. Well, he was on the other side, stuck in traffic. It's a 10-minute to get turn around. It's a 10 minutes to get to the end of the road to turn around. With the light is 2.5 minutes long, and it's 3 minutes there and a couple of minutes back. So he gets there about 10 after 3, and he's in a 12-passenger, like Lincoln Continental van with air con. Hello, Mercury. Welcome to the machine. This guy picks me up in like this 12-passenger Lincoln Continental van. He's got a driver. John Escape, thank you. Thank you. Salamat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, John Escape. Salamat. John, I thank you very much, John. So I get into this thing. I'm looking around, and it's got a bar inside it. It's got air-conditioned vents. He's got air conditioning. If I wasn't cool enough, he can add the air conditioning to my seat. The seats tilt back. You got footrests underneath some of the seats. I'm going, holy shit, this is an expensive van. This guy's all business. So we shake hands, and I said to him, did you find this piece of equipment? No, but I'm going to find that for you next week. Let's get the big equipment done first, the big stuff done first. So I said, okay. So we went. There was 2 places that had the big equipment. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it was big. And one place had just sold it that morning, so that wasn't available. So we go to the second place, which is down by the SM Mall. Pretty far. It's where they're building a new bridge from Cebu to Lapu-Lapu, and then eventually from Lapu-Lapu, I think it's going to Bohol, the new bridge. So we go down there, and the item is there. It was in acceptable condition. So I make a video of me giving him the monies, and he says he's going to send me a bill, a customs brokerage bill with the serial number, date of birth for the equipment, stuff like that. And he did all of that. And we were done. And so the equipment is going to get delivered sometime in July, or I can't use it yet. So Mercury, thank you. Salamat. So we're going to get that stuff in a month or so when I'm ready. Because what I want to do, when he gets all the equipment together, then we're going to get the shipment sent in one batch. So Mercury, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mercury 3. Salamat. So I got a total. I want a 1-bag cement mixer used, if possible, for under 30,000 pesos with a diesel engine, because I can buy one brand new for 48,000 pesos. Then I want a lift, a 1-ton lift used that'll go up 4 stories. That's a hot item on the equipment market, but I can buy one for $3,000. So it's really, it's not, neither one of these items are impossible to get new. It's just a phone call away, and he can do all of that for me too. He can do all of that. He can just call up he's got contacts in the importing from China, because you got to go through a Chinese importer for this equipment. But I think that where I can buy my 48,000 peso 1-bag diesel engine cement mixer for 48,000 pesos, I think that's going to be the best price all around. There's no paperwork and there's no shipping involved, because shipping costs money. So that was how we spent, and then they take us back to the boat port. He asked me if I wanted to have dinner, and I said, no, next time. We'll have dinner next time. And by the time I got home, he had a professional invoice with all the pertinent shipping information and the customs brokerage clearance house numbers that, associated with his corporation. A very professional Filipino. That was my highlight of the day. And at that point, I want to tell you about the sun, which was the title of this video. So we get to the boat port at 5 o'clock. I think there was a boat at 5:15. We were on the boat in 12 minutes from the time he dropped us off at the boat port. So we leave the dock, and I look up in the sky over the water towards Bohol. It's a gray sky, just gray. Oh, okay. So let's talk about the sun in Cebu. Was it hot? It was blaring hot. It was so hot that, and for the first time in my life, I used an umbrella for the sun. For the first time in my life, physical life, I took an umbrella out for the sun. Never used one for the rain, except when I had a leg injury and I was walking around slow with a cast on. But if I didn't have this umbrella yesterday for all the walking around we did outside, I would have been overheated. Okay, so when we get there, there's no sun. There's no shadow. It's just clouds, white, misty shit clouds. The roads, every car that passes kicks up the dust. It's like in the Old West. And all that dust is the smell of urine and fecal matter. It was the most amazing thing. I was there for 2 days and didn't see my shadow. We get on the boat, and at 5 o'clock, I know sun is going to set over the mountains of Bohol. I know which directions it's set. It's going to set at 6 o'clock. And all you see is nothing but gray clouds. Nothing. So I'm looking towards the west, where the boat is headed. Well, actually, the boat is heading towards the west. But there's no sunset. Nothing. There's no orange ball in the sky because we're headed towards the west end of Bohol, and the sun sets in the west. Okay, so there's no sunset. It's just gray. I look towards the east, and there's orange. You can see orange where the sun was supposed to be rising. In other words, the sky was so overcast that where the sun was setting in the west, 500 or 600 or 1,000 miles away, you could see an orange haze in the sun, but no sunset, nothing. So from the time we arrived in Cebu Wednesday morning to the time we left Thursday afternoon, there was no fucking sun, no shadows, no sunrise yesterday, and no sunset. That's what they have done to the skies over Cebu. There just is no more. And now Bohol, because I live where I can look out my window and see the sunset. And I haven't seen the sunset in months. What you will see is the sun at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, looking up at about this angle here. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun goes behind a bank of clouds. You'll not see a sunset. And in the morning, the sun rises at 6:15, and when you look over to the right, you'll see the sun come out of a bank of clouds around 8:45 in the morning. There is no more fucking sun in the Philippines. Not morning, not sunrise, not sunset. And these people think this is perfectly okay. They think it's perfectly fucking okay to see a little bit of orange clouds at sunrise or sunset. When we go to Zumba on Sunday night, we get there at 4 o'clock. Sunsets at 5:30, 5:45 in the winter. Nothing. There are no more sunsets. Just the orange sky. Orange, yellow, blue, green. Fuck them. They're saying fuck them. They're only people. Let's spray them a little bit more. That's all. Let's just keep spraying these motherfuckers till they die. They can't figure out that we don't have sunsets anymore. They're too stupid to fucking deserve oxygen anyway. Thank you, John. Escape. Thank you very much. Yeah, I tell people exactly what's going on here in the Philippines. I don't fuck around. They are fucking us every which way. The skies, no more sunrise, no more sunset, nothing, no more shadows. When you look down, when I'm working, when I'm walking, and I see a shadow, I go, holy shit, the sun is out. And you look up and it's white. There's no more yellow sun. The sun isn't yellow anymore. It's white. Remember the sun used to be yellow when you were a kid? You'd look up between your fingers or through a pinhole in a box and you'd see like a yellow dot in the sky. It's not more yellow. It's fucking white. Pure white. They are, how many, I don't know how many ways they're fucking, besides adding a tax to everything and charging you fucking twice for shit that you have money that you're retired with, you put it in a fucking bank and they want to collect interest on your money every year. Fuck that. Put it in a goddamn hole in the ground. Make sure you wrap it really fucking good though, because the moisture will go into it. Had that problem a while ago. Let's see what we got for comments. Yeah, that shit almost fucking was to the point where it was rotten, not rotten, but it was fucking, not a couple of years, it would have been fucking gone. I would have been upset about that. Holy shit. Yeah, and just wrapping it in multiple layers of saran wrap when you're in a fucking hurry and you just put like an inch of saran wrap in it, good for 2 or 3 years in moist soil. After that, gonna get wet inside. What you really need to do, you want to bundle that shit up really good. You want to put it inside a plastic bag, couple of plastic bags. You want to put it in a jar, and you want to put candle wax in the jar. Put the cover on the jar. The wax will prevent it from getting moisture in it. Other than that, I'll tell you, I wrap that shit 1 inch of saran wrap from every direction, tight like a motherfucker. Put rubber bands on and put in The moisture went in. It was rotting that goddamn currency, boy. A couple more years, it would have been fucking dust. Got to be careful when you're wrapping money. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Richard, anybody have any questions? Americans are just as stupid. Yeah, no. When you ask somebody in the Philippines what those fucking lines in the sky, it reminds me of Soupy Sales. He used to take five lines and just take random 5 lines and then make a design out of it. I'm telling you, yesterday, the fucking sky looked like someone just started making random scratch marks in the sky at 3 o'clock in the afternoon while we were waiting for that guy to come. There was no sun, but they just started putting scratch marks up in the sky. And by the time he came, within a few minutes, all those scratch marks were very wide bands of smoke. Okay. Looking out over the ocean last week, Daisy and I went to have dinner in Bohol. Well, we went to Zumba, but we took a walk on the beach first. All they did was they just scratched the sky. If you're looking at the sky, they just scratched it randomly everywhere. Why? Because it was sunset on Alona Beach, and a lot of people were going to be there, so they didn't want to just throw one fucking straight line across the sky. So they put 1,000 scratches in the sky, and within 40 minutes, the whole sky was whited out. No sunset at all. No orange sunset, no nothing, just fucking white haze. And I said to them, "Do you really think those fucking little lines are not?" Yes, those are from the exhaust from a jet. I'm going, "Do you really think there are jet planes flying this way and that way and this way and that way?" And they said, "I don't know." They have these fucking people dumbed down so much, and that's why YouTube is fucking with my channel. Do you know how many? I have 19,000 subscribers almost. You know how many subscribers I got last month? If you look at today's statistics, 11. Okay, 11. Now you look at the chart, you say, well, it says these people no longer watch your videos or their channels have been removed. So there was like 40 or 50 of those kind of removals, like for non-use of channel. But I used to get 385 subscribers a month when I had 2,000 subscribers, and now with 19,000 subs, I get 11 subscribers this month, maybe. They are fucking me royal. And I don't care. I'll just keep doing live streams. I don't give a fuck. I don't break any of their rules. I don't break any of their agreements that I make with YouTube. I could show you the statistics chart, but that would be possibly breaking one of their agreements. And then I would... They are fucking me. I used to get... They are fucking me royal. YouTube. In fact, I actually wish I wasn't going out with Daisy May, because I would find a fucking a woman Google employee. I'd give it to her good every day, dry. Sometimes I wish I wasn't fucking dating Daisy May. I'd like to go out and find somebody that works for fucking Google and put the fucking wood to them on a regular basis, dry. Okay? This is what it fucking boils down to. In 2015, I got in minutes each month, 3 years and 85 days of minutes each month. Okay, so that's 3 times 50, 2 weeks times 7, right? 356 days. That's 1,000 plus days of watch time each month. This month, I had 105 days total in minutes. So it went from 3 years and 85 days to 105 days in minutes. But now I have 8 times as many subscribers. They are fucking me. John escaped from it's called not being a liberal. And each time, you're right, John, And that's exactly what it was. Each time I put up a fucking video about fucking girly men or lady boys or like that fucking that video I put up, Best Buy, what the fuck is the name of that video? Best Buy, the sales girl. I asked her if she was a girl, and she was fucking sure as shit she was a girl. I mean, she was fucking 100% sure. But I did say to that girl, I said, you got a bigger fucking package than most guys. And she blushed and then put her groin towards the cash register counter so you couldn't see the package. Fucking. Now, I don't know. And I do that shit a lot, though. Tell them, Now, I don't really care. I didn't insult her. I mean, if she thinks she's a fucking woman, well, then fucking far be it from me to fucking want to find out go any further than that. But she thought she was a woman, and she acted very feminine, and she was very graceful, and she did a Vanna White impression. Let me find the name of that fucking video. She did a Vanna White impression with the hands going like this, showing me the GoPro products at the that girl fucking, she was convinced that she was a girl. Fucking far be it from me to want to go any further than that to check or anything like that. I'm fucking good to go here. You want to be a girl, you be a girl. But I'm not going to fucking find out firsthand information. Now, I don't know if there was no sexual innuendo at all between Avi and myself. It was just strictly business. She was funny as all get out. I had a good time laughing with her, especially when I said to her, are you a girl? And she said, yes, I'm a girl. Oh, girl. And I looked down and said, you got a bigger package than most guys. And she blushed, and then she put her groin towards the cash register counter so you couldn't see her groin. I'm telling you, that fucking girl was hung like a fucking mule. Or she was just stuffing her pants for the views. I don't know. So here's the name of the video. Now I'll give you the whole package. I'll give you the video. You want to see something? I'll let you guys be the honest. I'll let you guys do the legwork on this one. You let me know what you think about Avi. Now, this is a girl, very feminine in her ways, and very sure that she was a girl, even though I said she had a bigger package than most guys, and we both laughed. You guys be the judge. Here's the video. Now, maybe I'm missing something, but, there's a few other people that made comments agreeing with the possibility that Avi might not be telling us the whole truth. So, Joe Blow says he thought it was a guy as well. Yeah, so, I thought so. I mean, like, there's only really two ways to find out. You could, ask them if they want to go out for dinner, which was out of the fucking question. Or, I guess if you could find a place where there were no cameras, you could ask if you could cop a feel, but I wouldn't do that either. So, I don't know about the liberals. Say they got this. They got it. I don't know, John. I think Trump is more of a liberal than you might think. So far, he's only built 2 miles of border wall. He's got shit going on. I don't want to talk about politics. That's one of the reasons why fucking YouTube has shut my channel down, because they don't like my politics, especially when I tell them who fucking runs the country, who runs the world. You want to see who runs the country, who runs the world? Go see some of my playlists. The names on my playlist say a lot more about my channel than anything I could talk about on a live stream. So you take a look at this Avi video. I'll give you a few minutes. I'm going to get up. Mercury 3 says, I seen the video. She was a man. Okay? Thank you for that confirmation, baby. Dennis Adams, more confirmation. She was a he, 100%. Mercury. Richard Einstein, another more confirmation. All right, so yeah, I'm telling you, man. I wouldn't do that. Far be it from me to take a picture of a woman's package. That would be fucking rude and crude. But fucking from a bird's eye point of view, there might be some fucking jealousy going on. You looked at Avi's package. Avi was packing. That's right. So, but if she thinks that's the thing about transsexuals. I haven't talked with one long enough to know if they're serious, if they really think they're a man. Now, there's a lot of transsexuals in the Philippines that still have all the parts, all their body parts. And what little conversation I've had with them is they think they're women. Do you really believe that you're a woman? Yes, I'm a girl. I'm a fucking... And they go, I'm a girl. I'm a girl. Okay. If you want to be a girl, I think I'm a tugboat captain. You be a girl. Have a nice day. Richard Einstein, ladyboy is the proper term. I asked Avi if she was a ladyboy, and she said, no, I'm a girl. She was clear on that. She knew she was a girl. So if she said it, girls wouldn't lie, right? A girl wouldn't lie to you, so it must be true. Anyway, Avi, if you ever get to watch any of my videos, we know we're just fucking with you. I know you're a girl, you know you're a girl, and that's all that counts, right, Avi? I guess we do. So YouTube is fucking with me from my political point of view, my sexual tendencies. I like women, by the way. Always did, always will. YouTube is just fucking with me. I'll go over. I'll look at my statistics chart. I'll give you what it was and what it is now. I can talk about it. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go up to the statistics chart. I'll give you what it was 5 years ago and what it is now. Okay, you want a comparison just to give you an idea? Now, I'm going to end this live stream in a few minutes. So if any of my Super Chat members or my Patreon members have a question, you're welcome to ask the question. I really don't have a lot of time. I have something that needs to be addressed. I just looked at my mail and I need to type something up. So let's go to real time. Let's go to overview. Let's go to real time. Okay, let's go to real time. Now, typically, real time. Holy motherfucker, man! Oh, fucking YouTube jammed it up my ass dry, deep and hard. My real-time video statistics in the last 48 hours is 2,400 views. 2 years ago was 16,000 views in the last 48 hours. So it's 1/8 of what it was 2 years ago. Now, part of that is because I didn't post the video for 3 days because I was gone. But part of it is just YouTube fucking me. Somebody in YouTube, for some fucking reason, because of my political point of view, because of my manly point of view, because of my fucking inability to listen to bullshit, because of cursing on the fucking channel, what the fuck ever, they've reduced it to 1/8 of what it was 2 years ago, from 16,000 plus views in the last 48 hours to now 2,400 views. That's one statistic. Now, in the last hour of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, videos that I posted in the last 2 days. In the last hour, I received 3 views of the total for those 9 videos that have been the last 9 videos I uploaded and posted. I received 3 views. So if you don't think YouTube is fucking me, well then fuck you, okay? And if you think I'm here to listen to bullshit, I'm not. I'm here to say what I have to say and then leave. So if you have a question and you're not a member of my Super Chat community or my Patreon community or a very long-term subscriber where I know who you are and who I'm talking to, you're not going to get your question addressed. You have a question about the Philippines, become a member of my Patreon community at the $10 level or above. Or don't ask me any questions about the Philippines. I'm not here to serve your needs. I give you enough information in my live streams. If you want a one-on-one answer at the $10 or above level on my Patreon community, I'll send you you can send me your personal telephone number in America and I'll call you. Other than that, watch the videos, enjoy the videos, push the thumbs down on the videos, take a long fucking walk off a short pier, or say hello and don't expect an answer. Because I'm not here to kiss your ass. So the overview on my YouTube video, my watch time is now 103 days and 19 hours which is down 9%. But it used to be 3 years and 85 days. So it's down 3 years worth of minutes each month. It's down. Not per year, but each month, 3 years worth of minutes less now than it was 3 to 5 years ago. The views are down 7% from 46,000 views now from 150,000 views per month a year ago. So it's 1/3 the views. The estimated revenue is impossible to tell because of the Super Chat, but typically in 2010, my revenue was $3,850 per month. This month, my revenue from YouTube will be $67. So it went 50 times 67. It went down to 1/60th of what it was 5 years ago, 9 years ago. 60 times less this year than it was when I started in 2010. So if you come here and ask a question, or you watch one of my live streams and I don't answer your fucking question, it's because you don't Super Chat me. You don't like it? Don't ask questions or don't watch. No problem. And there you go. So my subscribers are 11 subscribers, down from 385 subscribers in 385 subscribers a month in 2015. This month, I'm down to 11 subscribers, and that number is down 76% from last month. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Hold on, I have a little bit of water. That's why I have water. The mouse won't go over water. Let's see. 11 subscribers this month, and it is down. Ooh, fuck. It's down 76% from last month. Last month, it was 22 subscribers a month. Month before that, it was 47. Month before that, it was like 65. So it went from 65 in 4 months to 11, which is 1/6. But it went from 385 to 11. 11 goes into 385, 34, 35 times. It went 135 times less subscribers per month than 5 years ago. Okay, the likes and the dislikes are all up. The comments are up, which you don't get your fucking comment answered unless you're a Super Chat member or a member of my Patreon account. If you haven't got that part of the fucking conversation down to a science yet, then, then you're just plain fucking stupid. I'm not here to service your needs. I don't ask you to do anything. What the fuck? I sent you. Didn't we send the bill of lading to him? Did we or did we not send the bill of lading? We sent it. Okay, back to fucking business. Adios, everybody. Have a nice day. I'll check out the comments. Mercury 3, thank you. Okay. We sent, we sent the bill of lading. We sent the fucking passport. We sent the AC. He's asking for each thing I sent them last week again. Fucking Philippines, baby. Only in the fucking Philippines. Yeah, Laura Segrest, Daisy is here. I'm telling her you said hello. Please try to get in touch with Daisy on her own. Thank you. I know you're a very nice person and you're always pleasant, but Laura, you say hello to Daisy 15 times a day on 15 different videos. Thank you. John Escape, I'm on point. Yep, they're just fucking me. They don't want the truth going anywhere to the masses. That's right, Scott. They're throttling all conservatives. Thank Dennis Adams. Welcome to the machine, baby. Thank you very much for the super chat, Dennis. I'm besides myself. If I call the guy up and say I sent the bill of fucking what you asked me for last week, and I send him a copy of the same fucking thing again, and I get upset, he'll be upset. This is what you deal with in the Philippines. I swear to fucking God, you have to do every fucking thing is 2 or 3 fucking times. Everything. Doesn't fucking matter what it is. Everything is 2 or 3 fucking times. I'm going to find that fucking thing and tell him, look in your mail and look at the date when I sent it. Dennis, thank you. Come on over here. Say hello, Daisy. Say thank you. All right. Say hello to Dennis and say hello to Scott, Mercury, and
hello, Dennis Adam. Hello, Scott.
John Escape is a new super chat member. Thank you.
Hello, Mercury 3, and everyone. Thank you for the super chat money. And those I will sing. Thank you
very much. Salamat, everyone, and Dennis Adams. Yippee. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to send out a piece of information that I sent out that was personally requested last week. I'm going to send the fucking thing out again because I got nothing to fucking do except send shit out 2 or 3 fucking times. Thank you very much. Humping. Thank you, Mercury. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. This is a fucking nightmare living in the Philippines sometimes. A fucking straight up and down nightmare. Every fucking piece of information that every single fucking person required was sent to them on individual basis. Every fucking piece, every time they requested it. And now I'm getting requests for the same pieces of fucking information 5 fucking days later. Welcome to the fucking Philippines, baby.